Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I want to talk about the Call of Duty community's shocking reaction to Modern Warfare. Now that the gameplay reveal stuff is finally dying down and I'm running out of gameplay, minus the 2v2 that you're seeing around me, we're going to be kind of wrapping up our discussion on it. And one thing that surprised me more than anything else is what the community thought about the game. But first, I wanted to shout out my sponsors because I haven't done that in a period of time that is contractually far too long. I use Astro headsets literally every single day, and I game on them and make almost every video with them. I could not recommend them highly enough. This video was edited on Origin PC, which I also use literally every single day. Scuff, Blue, NetDuma, Logitech, all good stuff, all linked down there below in the description, and if you want to support me, purchasing one of those products is a fantastic idea. But let's get back on top of the discussion. This year, the community seems very, very happy with Modern Warfare, and is surprisingly defensive of the game instead of aggressively criticizing it. It kind of reminds me of the stalwart defenders of the Battlefield franchise, because no matter what happened with Battlefield, if it was good or bad that year, if it was popular or not, they were always just die-hard loyalist Battlefield defenders, and Battlefield could do no wrong, pretty much no matter what. They love it. They think it is the best game. They put Battlefield on a pedestal, and every other game, every shooter, especially Call of Duty, is wrong. Every criticism is wrong, and the only thing they like is support. In general, I think it's been a little rougher this year with Battlefield 5, but that's been historically how it goes, and I think it's actually helped tighten their community in general. I mean, Battlefield community can be toxic in their own special way, but in general, it's a very tight and positive community, and I saw that for the first time this year with Modern Warfare, on the receiving end, of course. So I did a couple of videos, as many of you well know, criticizing the 20v20 mode, and just like a review and some other kind of things, and discussing the violence in the game and talking about some things I didn't like. They ended up being shared on Reddit and other places, and I got savaged pretty bad in the comments. There was a fair bit of negativity. I've seen it on YouTube as well. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on Facebook. Just about every social media site, that sort of negativity is there if you criticize the game. If you criticize Modern Warfare, you're a horrible, terrible person and you're going to hell. If not, then you're probably a saint. And I don't think that my personal experiences on this are completely unique. I've talked to a lot of other YouTubers who have also experienced this in varying capacities. Negative opinions about Modern Warfare have been met with very harsh criticism and resistance by the community, and the general consensus that I see from the community is that YouTubers are picky and whiny, YouTubers are going to ruin the game, Reddit posters that don't like it are just haters, Twitter and Facebook people that are complaining are just bots or Russian trolls, etc., etc. But real talk, I think this is a good thing. You'd think I'd be mad about it. You think I'd be like lashing out at Reddit or whatever, but I actually think this is a really good thing. That's because for the first time in recent memory, the community is all on board with the hype train. They actually seem to like the game. They're positive about the game. They defend it. They send generally good messages out into the rest of the gaming sphere, and that hasn't been the case with Call of Duty in too long. At least for the past couple of COD cycles, the very, very best way to get views in this community, likes, agreements, subscriptions, whatever, is to just hate the game. Just say terrible stuff about Call of Duty. The more clickbaity, the more absurd you can make it, the more successful it'll be. I mean, going all the way back, I guess that's 5 cycles ago? No, almost 6 now. Advanced Warfare, we hate jetpacks and we hate the variants in Obsidian Steed. Black Ops 3, we hate Titanfall wall running and future stuff. Infinite Warfare, any number of things from the Hasselhoff whose face doesn't move, to the more future stuff, to the guns. World War II, we hate it being slow, we hate it being old, we want to play as Nazis. Black Ops 4 is just Black Ops 3.5, you know, or Black Ops 2.5, and we hate the microtransactions, and we hate the zombies microtransactions, and the multiplayer is ruined by specialists, and Vonderhaar is evil. And you make these kinds of videos on YouTube, historically they pop off in views. They do really, really well overall. If I just wanted to crank dollars on YouTube, the most successful thing I could have done was just make videos about how Call of Duty is a horrible game and it's ruining the world. And there are channels that do that. There are channels that exist on YouTube that earn full-time living kind of income, like a full-year annual wage type income, working like a regular job. They earn that just off of hating Call of Duty, and it's been that way for quite some time too. Honestly, even in my own personal experience YouTubing, I try to be fair and balanced and not too biased or anything, but my most important revenue videos, the ones that earn the most money every single year, were criticism ones. Criticizing Call of Duty is what has been paying the bills in my house, which is kind of crazy. And Call of Duty has a certain crowd that has developed since, eons ago, that just obsesses with the game, obsesses about every minute little detail that is good or bad, but mostly bad, and they fixate and dwell and hate, and it becomes very vitriolic. And unfortunately, to the rest of the gaming community, this is what generally Call of Duty is viewed as. But this year is not like that. This year, the attitudes have completely flipped the other way around. People are very positive. People are defending Modern Warfare. People are excited. They're downvoting or disliking or putting down criticism generally, and they're just defending the game, which is just crazy. And I think it's because they like what they see. For the first time in a long time, the sentiment is good. We've got a military shooter. We're not doing a season pass. We've got crossplay. We've got a campaign this year, which we didn't have last year. We've got a lack of things to focus and fixate on and hate. Really, the biggest one right now is the radar, which is just minor, just downright minor compared to Black Ops 4. You had no campaign. World War II. You had no Nazis. No radar is tiny compared to that. So it's really good to see that being the bad thing, and it's really good to see a positive community. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. It isn't exactly healthy to be so absolutist in thought and to really lock it down that hard. Some criticism is nice too, but it's certainly a nice change of pace, and it's a lot better to see than the just random hate and toxicity, even if I'm on the receiving end. If everybody hates me and I hate my criticisms and I'm a terrible person and I'm going to hell, that's fine, just so long as they're enjoying the game. And I can't wait to see more positive stuff from the community, I hope. Guys, that's all for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something useful. If you want to support me, check out any of my sponsors down there below. Drifter out.
Cadê os caras, mano? Eu queria jogar o vídeo. Baixo. Ai, caraca. Tudo bem. Foi boa? Foi boa essa? Boa, foi boa.